Welcome back everybody. Hope you're all doing okay with the wheel. Today's stitch is going to be herringbone stitch, which is a relatively straightforward but lovely border stitch. So I've drawn two lines on this section here, and I'm going to come up as a right hander on the bottom left hand side, so at the bottom. As a left hander you will come up at the bottom right, and then take your thread diagonally across to the top line and take up a bit of fabric with your needle, and then the thread will automatically cross over and take up a bit of fabric on the bottom line with your needle. You're trying to make this distance here the same at both the top and the bottom, but don't worry too much. So again at the top, and then again at the bottom. So it's a quick and straightforward stitch to do. If you wanted, you could do two bands in one of these sections, but I didn't want it to be too small for you to be able to see. And then the last stitch is simply going down into the fabric. And if your last stitch ends up here, that's fine as well. So if you were left-handed, you would, let me just see if I can show you down here. You would come up at the bottom here, so that would be the bottom right, and take your needle to the top. I don't think I can do this very well left-handed. Let me just show you the action. So take your needle to the top like that, and go down, and then your needle goes in at the bottom like that. This is very cat-handed, I'm afraid, but I think you should be able to manage. So that's where you start. I just want to show you my tamari balls, because believe it or not, herringbone stitch is the basic stitch that is used to stitch all of these balls. So once they're wrapped, you do this stitch around what's called a marker thread, and you do a tiny little cross, so you scoop up a little bit of the background there. But all these stitches are fundamentally herringbone stitches, so easier than you perhaps thought. So that is your herringbone stitch. There are quite a few variations on herringbone stitch which make it more interesting, and we're going to do one next, which is going to be the double herringbone stitch. I guarantee that you'll need to practice this, so join me for the next stitch with another hoop.